The big deal today with the ZTE Axon 35G is that this is gonna be our first look at a second generation under display camera. If you guys remember, the 25G was actually the first phone with an under display camera that actually made it into production. And this one claims that it has taken everything that they learned from that first attempt and made it even better. Now, right out of the gate, the specs don't actually sound better. In fact, we're going from a 32 megapixel front-facing camera to just a 16 megapixel front-facing camera. But ZTE claims that the pixel density of the display in front of the front-facing camera, as well as a special secondary driver for that portion of the display, makes it so that it is far less noticeable in day-to-day use. Let's do our unboxing experience first, and then we're gonna dig right into the front-facing camera. So inside the box, ZTE has not followed the industry trend of not including a power adapter, so we get this actually, wow, this thing feels robust. 65 watt power adapter. It's a heavy boy. Nice thick USB Type-C to Type-C power cable, and of course, oh, look at that. That's adorable. They still include a Type-C to headphone jack. SIM removal tool and a pretty basic case. Basic is the kindest word that I can have for it. Here, let's put this on and totally ruin the fantastic, gorgeous finish of this phone. We're not gonna do that, and we're just gonna, yeah, we're gonna appreciate this for what it is. Oh, that's weird. Oh, it's a peel. Okay. It's like that is a really weird color there. Okay. There we go, that's more like it. There's one here too. Here we go. Look at that. Micro SD and nano SIM, dual SIM if you prefer. USB Type-C for charging. Got a speaker here. Now that's interesting. Our headphone speaker is extremely slim. I'm gonna have to check later to see if it has stereo sound. On the left side, there's nothing, no buttons, so you'll never be trying to press the lock button or the volume rocker on the right and accidentally mash something over on the left-hand side. At the top, we've just got a secondary microphone there for noise canceling. I don't see an IR emitter. Sometimes you find those on phones that are more intended for the Chinese or Indian market. 64 megapixel main shooter. You've actually got a total of 4 cameras on the back. Uses a Samsung sensor. And then moving around to the front, okay. That's pretty impressive. Andy, can you see it?
I can.
Oh, wait, well, that doesn't help. Good. Okay, how about now? Can you see it? Where is it? Is it on the side? Is it in the middle? Where is it?
I can't really see it at all.
Okay, I gotta get the old one out here because that is hard to spot. The old one, actually, you can see it defaults to having a black bar at the top so that it can mask it. It's a lot harder to see it. I'm gonna have to just go ahead and fix that. Can you make it out?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there it is. But what about in my left hand? Now to my eye, I can see it, but instead of looking like kind of a green spot, it just looks like there's a series of kind of like banding, right? If you've got a low bitrate video clip that you're watching and there's some colors that instead of blending together nicely, they have kind of these bands. It looks like a really subtle kind of white banding effect just in a little rectangle up at the top of the device. I'm willing to bet that if I give it to you at an angle, Andy, you'll be able to see it a bit better. Oh, it's crazy hard to spot. I'm not expecting it to be easy. And then here, just for the sake of having a similar comparison shot, let's get the fold out here. It's super noticeable. Thanks to Jackery for sponsoring this video. Their Explorer 1500 portable power station has enough juice to keep all your devices powered and connected. Its enormous 1500 watt hour capacity and 1800 watt output rate allows up to 7 devices to be plugged in simultaneously. It takes only 4 hours to recharge from 0 to 80%, and you can get 10% off with code LinusTechTips at the link down below. What's interesting about this then is that given that while I'm enjoying full screen content, I didn't find the fold particularly distracting in day-to-day use, I'm expecting this to be the kind of thing you forget about. At least that is until you open up your camera app. So let's have a look at what the performance of this front-facing camera looks like. Oh, image quality enhancement, it is advised to turn it on for better results. What it looks like is mostly a sharpening filter. See, there's a processing delay. It says picture quality is improving. Their sharpening filter is clearly doing far more than just sharpening. That is markedly better than what I was expecting, looking at the initial preview here. In the preview, it looks like I've got Vaseline smeared over the lens. Okay, let's see what happens if I don't turn on the processing here. No delay, but it looks super soft. I gotta try more of like an apples to apples comparison. Okay, I'm gonna take the exact same picture. I'm stabilize this. That is like a 2 steamboats processing delay, but that difference is crazy. My eye color looks way more natural. My shirt, instead of looking like it's reflecting off of something, is true to life. Now, we can definitely find problems. Look at this orange smudge over on the side of the frame. Oh, that's from this light source on the lamp back there. Can they see that in the A-cam?
Yep.
Interesting. I'm willing to bet that we wouldn't have that same problem if we were using the rear camera. Let's go ahead and turn it around and I'll take a picture of myself here. Okay. Oh yeah, nothing. Oh, that stupid face I'm looking. What am I even doing? Let's compare to last gen here. This button is the AI button when you switch to the rear camera, this enhanced one. So it's probably using the neural processor in the Snapdragon 870 to accelerate that upscaling. Meanwhile, the Axon 25G doesn't have a similar function. There is simply no way about it. You can see that ZTE and Samsung are struggling with the same things here. You can see that same kind of high contrast look in both of these images, but the difference is that ZTE has figured out how to fix it, and Samsung is just giving you that result out of the front-facing camera. See, you can really see that same kind of dark eyes, kind of haunted look, Andy? Man, that is cool. Okay, let's talk about some other key specs. It ships in 2 varieties with 8 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of storage, or with 12 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage. So it's 2460 by 1080. It's got a 4200 milliamp hour battery, and it supports 65 watt charging, and of course includes a power adapter that is capable of delivering that. I don't believe it has any support for wireless charging, but it is an OLED display and has other traditionally high-end phone features like support for 128 Hz refresh rate. Not to mention that it samples the actual touch interface at 360 Hz. So it feels extremely responsive, and that does pan out in practice. Now let's go ahead and consume some HDR content here. It's not blindingly bright, but definitely bright enough to have a solid HDR viewing experience. Gesture controls, gesture navigation by default. So if you're into that, then go for it, and if you're not, then you can always change it. Oh yeah, we should try out the in-display fingerprint reader. I mean, this is so crazy. This was like holy grail technology not that long ago. Under-screen camera, under-screen fingerprint reader. So you've got absolutely no interruption to your content whatsoever. Here, let's try that out. Those have gotten really invisible. Let's try and unlock it with my meat mitts now. Oh, I missed. Right there. Okay. Reasonably fast. So you can just have an auxiliary Wi-Fi network, and it'll default to 2.4 for range and 5 gigahertz for performance. Huh! I don't know if I've seen that before. I didn't notice any kind of horrible vivid mode out of the box. It actually looks like they ship in standard mode, which is really nice to see. Screen refresh rate, yeah, let's switch between 60 and 120. Actually, it looks like it's in 60 right now, browsing the menu. So if you want maximum smoothness, it looks like you're gonna wanna turn on 120 Hertz manually. I kinda want us to try the selfie camera outside. Can I just go do that and come back real quick?
Sure.
All right, I'm gonna do that. Now, on the Fold 3, we noticed a thing where if there was strong backlighting on the subject, we could see this kind of rainbow effect. So maybe if we have something like a white car behind me, we'll have problems with that. We can kind of, oh, there's kind of like a haze around it. Yeah, that's interesting. It's not to nearly the same degree that we saw it with the Fold 3 though. Let's try taking some pictures here. I'm gonna turn on the processing in our parking lot here, so you can see this is video. This is definitely in process. Wow, it is bright today. How does someone manage to close their eyes when they're the one taking the picture? Okay, but seriously, it was just really bright out. The haze goes away to a very significant degree. It's like, it's not amazing, but it's serviceable. And when you consider that you can watch full screen content with absolutely no interruption whatsoever, that is a compelling selling point. It's freaking awesome. Like, look at this. Even when there's a bright light right where you would notice it, it is way better than the one on the Fold. Look, I vowed to wait out the notch, all right? I won. I lasted. Note 9 daily driver, no notch. I now have multiple devices to choose from that I don't have to put up with that ridiculous bullet wound in my screen. This is fantastic. It's a good time to be a Linus. I would just watch everything in like widescreen like this for sure, just because I can. I think it's fair to say ZTE is a full generation ahead of Samsung on this, and Lord only knows where Apple is on this technology. We don't know yet. Did this thing ship with Antutu on it? Antutu benchmark? For those of you wondering, the Snapdragon 870 is basically an 865, but newer. Here, we'll do a quick geek benchmark. Okay, check this out. 982 single core, 3157 multi-core. That should give you guys some idea of where the Snapdragon 870 falls compared to the 865 or the 865 Plus. Now, I don't want to pretend that this is all sunshine and rainbows, something that I noticed on our review unit, which tends to be a hand-picked one. Not to say that it is better, but it's typically not defective, is that I've already got some separation between the back of the housing and the front. Maybe that was when I was putting that case on or something. Let me just see if it'll click back into place here. Oh, there it goes. I guess that's pretty much it. So Riley, go ahead and shoot TechLinked. And don't forget to subscribe. And subscribe to TechLinked too, it's a good show.